So I'm getting ready to go live. I want to talk a little bit about, I want to look at charts with people and give a little bit of information. I'm doing an advanced human design study class, and I want to start learning about people based on looking at other people's designs. So I'm going to take some famous people of our time that everybody's watching so you can get an idea of how to look at yourself. So looking at other people and their design helps you be able to look at yourself. I'm getting ready to go live on Facebook. So as I'm getting ready to do that, just hang tight with me for 1 minute. And I'm going to also pull up the chart so that you can see the charts and be able to understand. our leaders and design. I'm just putting it in. So we're going to do President Biden today. And I'm picking the president because we all are looking at him. I can do the former president at some time. You know, it's always interesting to do this because people have an emotional reaction. And part of the emotional reaction that people have is based on the person's energy and design. And we have a certain reaction. Let's look at how we're all interacting energetically. Reacting and acting energetically. Okay, so now here's the thing I want to know as I'm putting this on Facebook. As I'm putting this on Facebook, you know, that place where you never know what kind of reaction you're going to get. I am drawing in the people who are learners and seekers. And so before I go live, I'm drawing in the learners and seekers who are using this and able to zoom out and look at this as a teaching session. And so look at this as a teaching session. What can you learn from looking at our leaders? Because we all create our reality. And we're all looking at our reality. We're all creating our reality and looking at it. I'm offering for, if you want to get your human designs done, if you want to get yours, because it's fun looking at other people, but it's more fun looking at your own human design. So I'm about to go live. It's a Saturday morning. It's actually early Saturday afternoon. It's still morning some places. And let's talk about, I'm going to call this a famous generators. Okay. I'm going to do Jill Biden at a point, because you look at people as a partnership and you can see something in Joe Biden's chart that you see why Jill Biden is such a great partner for him. So here we go. I'm about to go live, and hey, let's look at our leaders and look at their design. So here we go. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. The setup on Facebook is happening right now. And I'm, yay, Saturday morning going live. And here we are. So whoever is watching, hi, how are you? Saturday morning, Saturday afternoon. And I am in an advanced human design class with my master teacher, Robin Wynn, who's wonderful. And I've been learning about this for a little while. I use it and I work with my clients with it, but I also use it as an intuitive tool and a teaching tool to learn about what's going on in the atmosphere, in the country, because we are all these energetic beings who are interacting with each other. And we notice for those who are waking up or awake, that we have certain reactions to people and that we are creating our reality. And part of our design is in creating that reality and who we're interacting with. So we have these people who are famous and we're able to look at them, we're all peeking into their lives. So to look at their human design is quite interesting. So I'm going to look today as a teaching tool, President Biden, and I'm going to show you his chart in a moment. President Biden in the Human Design Center is what's called a generator. He's a pure generator, and we can talk about those nuances later. President Trump is a manifesting generator. President Obama is a projector. And so we have three presidents with three different, very different human designs. And I bet you guessed that because you can see what different styles that they have. President Obama as a projector, the projectors are about 20% of the population and seen as, and are the wise guides. The projectors are a newer type of the puzzle in humanity. I myself am a projector. So when I found out that President Obama is also a projector, woohoo, I'm like, what a great role model. Let me tell you some other projectors. For those of you out there who are projectors and want to know that, Nelson Mandela is a splenic projector, was a splenic projector. I am what's called a splenic projector. Denzel Washington is a projector. Barbara Streisand is a projector. I'm trying to think of some other ones. So you can see what this looks like, very different in different people. Malcolm X, projector. So you notice that these people, they have a way of being. They just have a way of being. And you look at someone like Obama or Nelson Mandela, or even, for those who read, Malcolm X hasn't been alive in our time, but read about it, you just understand there was something about them. What is it about them? By the way, Michelle Obama is also a projector too. So you have a two projector couple coming together. I know what that's like. My former husband is a projector also. And we were a two projector couple. We didn't know that at the time. Okay, now it is there. Energetically, projectors have a way of being, are wise guides and leaders naturally. That's what they're meant to do. Fast forward a little bit. President Trump is a manifesting generator. I'm not going to talk a lot about manifesting generators today. By the way, I also want you to know that Hillary Clinton is a manifesting generator too. So we had two manifesting generators running against each other. And another day we'll talk about manifesting generators, because in the world, there are a lot of generators. 70% of people are some type of generator. Another 9% are manifestors. That makes up 80% of the world's are generators, manifesting generators, or manifestors. And so today I want to show you Joe Biden and a little bit about him so you can understand who you're looking at. And again, this is so that you can understand a little bit about yourself in what you're seeing. So let me just go and share the chart of him. This is President Joe Biden, born November 20th, 1942 at 8:30 a.m. in Scranton, Pennsylvania. Yay for those of us born in Pennsylvania. And what you're seeing here is his unique design. Human design is your unique spiritual DNA. If you're looking at these, a strip of black and a strip of red down the chart on either side, you are seeing What's called the body is the unconscious. It's actually opposite of what you think it is. The unconscious, which comes in 88 days before you're born. That's your soul DNA. And then the mind is actually the physical that comes in. This is all informed by the date, time, and place that you're born, because all the planets and everything's moving. And there's something that happens at the date, time, and place that you're born. So somebody else is born on the same day as Joe Biden, but a little bit different time and place, and their design will look different. So he's a generator, and being a generator, he has this open sacral, I'm sorry, not open. He has a defined, look at the bottom of the chart. You see this pink area. That is a defined sacral motor center. And that's what makes up a generator. So if you ever look at your chart and you look at that second little block from the top, and it's defined, it's colored in, that would make you a generator. What does that mean? Now you're looking at President Biden, and he's he seems like go, 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 even though, you know, one part of people want to talk and say, he doesn't seem that crisp and clear and blah, blah. He has the capacity, which is why he also has, you know, that special bike that he rides that I don't know if they let him bring it to the warehouse, it is like a warehouse, the White House, because he has this motor that allows him to be in his happy place when he is working, go, 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 go. And we have watched him in the political life for many years being able to go, 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 and be in his happy place. His happy place is his work. And that is what it is for generators. Now, let me tell you other famous generators, Oprah, the Dalai Lama. So President Joe Biden is in the good company of other generators that have been making an impact on not just the country, but the world. And now he's been chosen by the universe, not by the voters, by the universe, to lead us in this really tough time. I'm going to point out another piece in his chart that makes it really wonderful that he is chosen right now. He has, if you go up, there's this diamond, and then there's this area that's the throat, and his throat is open. And you think, well, what's significant about that? What is significant about that is he's able to take what's going on surrounding, because people think you always have, I have a not closed, defined throat. And so I'm very crisp and clear and very directed and focused all the time in my speaking style, which may seem like that's the way you want to be. But when you look at someone with a undefined throat, like President Biden, he's able to say the right thing at the right time, which is what's going on in the atmosphere. If you look at what's going on in the administration right now, things are happening like this fast, because generators work, work, work. And so he's working everybody, work, 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 work. And then he's doing his work. And then he's out there taking it all in and communicating it to us in a way that we can understand it. That's what people with these undefined throats are able to do. They're able to take from what's, so let me give you some other examples of people who are undefined throats that we look at every day. I have a friend who, she has been a newscaster, and she has an undefined throat, and she's giving the news of the day, or, you know, what's going on out there. So you're tapping into what's the energy is of the universe, and you are letting it come through you. And this is what the President Biden is doing. So why am I showing this? I'm showing this because we each have this unique way of doing things. And we need to use that in it. Now, let me point out something else in here. People, and interesting, because I think that President Biden has got through some of the tough points in his life, because he's had some tough things happen to him. Think about it. He's had Three of his children have died, have predeceased him. He had his former wife die. He has a undefined root, which the root is, the processor of stress. And so a lot of times people with undefined roots do really poorly at times under pressure. They can get really burnt out. But yet we look at President Biden and he seems to be able to get up and keep going. Well, what could that possibly be? Guess what? He's married to Jill. And Jill, with her defined root, energetically helps Joe. Jill has a lot of definition in her chart. I'm not going to pull it up right now. And so the partnership between, and why do we love, think about when we're looking at Jill and Joe, we just think Jill and Joe go together and we can see the energy between them that's working well. And it's their designs, their energies coming together for the greater good of our country and the world. And Jill is the root, a solid root for Joe. And that's something that you need to understand. Sometimes you don't have something in your chart. And what we do is we're meant to work together. We're meant to collaborate. Nobody's meant to do things on their own. And with the people who want to do things on their own, doesn't always work out exactly so beautifully. So this is just a teaching point because I wanted you to know this is who is leading the free world right now. Whether you agree with their policies or don't agree with their policies, that's not the point of what this is about. It's what is his spiritual and soul design. In the middle, he has this definition. Joe knows who he is. He has a defined G center. He knows who he is. That's how he's also been able to go through so much. He is always been very confident in who he is. He has a very strong self-identity. Yay, Joe, because at this point in time, we need someone who has the capacity to take in, talk to all of us in a way that we can say, maybe I can see that. Maybe I can see that. This open throat is something that could possibly allow people who may not have been supporters or agreeers, he's going to be able to talk to people in a way from his confidence level as an open G, but also from being able to take in and give back information to people that can allow us to come together in a particular way. Obama had this quality. You're looking at what he was able to do that was, how did he get the country that we see now? How do he get a lot of the same people to come together and agree with him? He's able to bring in that message of hope. He was able to go into all these different crowds of people, and even people that thought they didn't like him somehow started to like him because he was able to talk in a way. And if you've ever met him, and I've met him because I was in kind of a circle because I went to school with Michelle in a circle where I've had the opportunity to meet him before he was superstar on a couple occasions. And he's the kind of person that, this is Obama, that when you meet him, you just feel like you're kind of hanging out with your best friend. Hey, just something about him. And this is the projector style that you sit down with him. And I remember I was in a room and my sons were there, and he was able to connect with my young sons who, one was a young teenager, the other was a preteen at that time. He was able to connect with them. That was like a cool guy. You just said, you're like, just a cool man. What, cool guy. And so Biden is, here's who we, whether you like it or not, here's who we are. Here's who we have for now. Here's what the design is. And what I want you to do with this is look at yourself and see, do you have any similarities? Do you have any differences? What is it about that's the same and different? And, ask questions, because we all have to learn about ourselves and realize that we are all creating reality and what's going to happen. And so for all of us to create the reality that is going to work for us all, we have to be very intentional about it. So being intentional about it means understanding who you are, and then looking around and understanding who other people are. Joe has what's called a profile, a 4-6 profile. He thrives on people, and he's also become the role model. The 6 is a role model. The 4 is somebody who's really into people, and the 6 is someone who becomes a role model. And you don't become a role model until like the latter half of your life. And so this is the destiny of sorts of our president. So we can see perhaps why he wasn't successful until just now, because he was still coming into himself. And anyway, I'd love to hear your comments. If you're interested in having your human design science done and getting some information about your type, I'm happy to do that because I'm learning, and you help me when I get to do your human design. You help me learn more about this. I'm studying it. I'm looking at people's health situation. I'm looking at, burnout. I've been through burnout, and people who have gone through burnout have some similarities in their chart. So if you've been through burnout, you can know, we can look at you and say, okay, here's the center that you have to watch, which would be the cause of your burnout if you don't keep it all together, and here's what you can do. So you can comment in the video. I want to know what you think. This is all about learning about you. When you're seeing something in someone else, if you're seeing it, okay, so I'm gonna quote another famous generator, Oprah. If you can spot it, you've got it. If you can spot it, you got it. What does that mean? It means that if you see it in someone else, you got it too. So whether that be something that is something you don't like, if you can see it, you got it. If it's something you like, if you can see it, you got it. And so thank you, famous generator Oprah. Of course, I love the Dalai Lama. I got invited to see the Dalai Lama. I got on an airplane and flew across the country so I could see the Dalai Lama. One of my friends invited me on the spur of the moment. I was like, yes, I'm there. Wonderful generator. And now we have another generator in President Joe Biden on the stage, who is been chosen to lead us, not by the voters, but by destiny and the universe. We are in a time, and at a particular time, these people who are leading on the national stage, whether you agree with it or not, are our spiritual leaders, because we're going to get lessons about ourselves watching our leaders. And so if you've seen a leader that you don't like what you see, you are learning and mirroring yourself. If you're seeing what you didn't like in a country, we all co-created that. So we're in a time now to take radical responsibility. And the first thing you can do to take radical responsibility is understand you, so that you understand how are you landing with other people, and why are you reacting the way you are to other people. It's based on your particular design. Some people you're magnetized towards, some people you're not magnetized towards, and that can make you feel a particular way. So comments, questions, let me do your human design so that this can become more real to you. It's a lot of fun to study yourself. You can learn so much by studying yourself. I'm showing you the whole chart. There's so many nuggets in here. I could talk about just one person's chart probably for a whole week. And I'm in the beginning of, I've been learning for a few years, but I'm still, although I've learned a lot about this one particular system, I've learned about a lot of energetic systems. I like human design because I can put a picture up and visual, and because people can see them, and I can explain the different parts. They're like, uh-huh, 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 uh-huh. It rings true, it resonates with you, and you're able to look at it and see it. And, you know, a lot of people, if they can't see it, they don't believe it. So here it is. Happy Saturday morning, happy spring, happy April. We're in a new time. That's why they played Age of Aquarius. We are now, and guess who's in Aquarius? We are in a different age now. We have crossed over into a different time, a different space. That's why there's a lot of movement. With a lot of movement, a lot of times is a lot of pain. We've been through, the whole world, a lot of pain in the last year. And there's going to be, as the lights change, as the energy changes, there's going to still be those growing pains. We're going to have that metamorphosis. We're going to break out of the shell as the caterpillar and turn into the beautiful butterfly. But that takes a process. And that process is a magical process. But think about it. The caterpillar knows they're going to go into the butterfly. They know they're going to blossom. And that's the way those of us who look at energy systems understand that we're going to go from the caterpillar to the butterfly. Nothing's going to stop that. Nothing is going to stop that. Why? Because there are so many of us in the world now that realize that we're going to create the reality that's going to be a beautiful reality that's going to work for us all. It is possible. We have the resources, we have the will, we have the intelligence, but then what is the top of it? The top of it is that we, those of us, understand that we have love for ourselves and for other human beings, no matter whether they're like us or not like us. When I watch something happen on TV and I don't like what I'm seeing, that's something in me, and I need to clean that and fix that. So what do you need to clean and fix? What is it? Love you guys. I will be back soon. I just have been feeling like posting more than I usually post. I'm going to stop to share for a minute and ask me questions. This is how I learn. I learn experientially. So for all of the people who have submitted their birth information and I've sent you back charts, thank you so much. I learn. I still need more charts. I'm looking for patterns. And in order to, okay, I am an investigator. I'm a 5-1 profile. So there's an investigator part of me, which is the subconscious part, but it makes me want to look and figure out patterns and learn and investigate. And I know from my doctor of science background, you need a critical number of people to do those investigations. And I'm not anywhere near that critical number to be able to see all the patterns. So as I'm collecting information, which is people's charts, I'm, excuse me, I am seeing the patterns, learning the patterns, learning about health. By the way, excuse me, if you are have a defined spleen, you have a strong immune system. Yahoo! I want you to know that. So you want to know, if you don't have a defined spleen, that means that you're going to need to really watch out from what's going on around you. And there's ways to keep it strong. And you need to know that. You need to know what your superpowers are and what are areas of challenge that you're going to have to work with a lot. And this is something that human design has taught. It is not the only system. When I work with people, I use that as a tool, but I also, because I'm splenic, my intuition is one of my superpowers, and in a nanosecond, I can figure out stuff. I have the right brain download, the left brain upload. And so I'm downloading information about my clients intuitively when I'm looking at their chart to help them get results. So it's not only that I'm looking at a chart, it's being able to pull the information about them out of the ethers and give, with the left brain upload, practical information. Defined ajna gives me the way to process it and then make it practical so that you can change your life. This is what I'm here meant to do as a projector. As a projector, I'm supposed to be a guide. I'm not supposed to be working all the time. By the way, anybody who's watching this as a projector, because a lot of times the rest of the world, those 70% of generators will see us as possibly lazy. Projectors do best on working about 2 hours a day. So projector, you need to figure out how to make your schedule so you can work optimally. And those are 2 very powerful hours. You have to learn how to pull out of the generator way of being. Stop listening to the generators who are trying to tell you how to do you, because they don't know how to do you, because they're not you, and learn how to do that. So ask me questions. I'll see you whenever when the intuition hits again. I'll be back.